Welcome back to the Pokémon Renewal Project, where we go over each facet of a Pokémon to revise and improve them in a competitive setting, with an emphasis on fun. Today covering
Raichu!
The mouse Pokémon. I mean, yeah, it's a mouse, I guess. The single most overshadowed Pokémon in existence. This poor boy is completely passed over in favor of its Prevo, the very mascot of the franchise, to the point that they gave Pikachu a game, forms, and even an exclusive held item to try and make Raichu redundant. But I refuse to take that abuse. This is a cool and cute Pokemon that deserves more, both in competitive and in the spotlight. So I'm here to try and shine it onto it, as we ask, how are we going to renew it? Just a little disclaimer before moving on. At the time of writing this video, Scarlet and Violet just came out, so I'll be trying to avoid spoilers, just in case, but some core mechanics changes will be used in this project going forward, though not most moves and abilities. Maybe later, once everyone knows everything about the new generation. I'm still playing the game myself. Obviously we'll be accounting for the changes to hail and snow, along with erasing our balance changes around drowsiness and frostbite, since they're back to being sleep and freeze. Anyway, Raichu is yet another mon with only 2 available abilities. Static, which has a chance to paralyze any enemy that attacks and makes contact with the user, and Lightning Rod, which draws in electric type moves and raises the user's special attack by 1 stage. Both are pretty situational but fairly useful. So, for its new ability, I propose to give it competitive, giving it a 2-stage boost to special attack whenever it gets any of its stats lowered. A very powerful ability that is not only more widely useful than Lightning Rod, but also stronger since the boost is bigger. The Pokédex talks about how it can become very aggressive when charged up, so I think it makes sense. With this, offensive special sets can become even more powerful, and the potential for outplays due to good switching skyrockets. So yeah, I think this is very fitting and has a pretty good potential overall. Now on to stats. Raichu actually got buffed in Generation 6, getting an extra 10 points to his speed, raising its PST to 485, which leaves it within the threshold of buffing over 500. So we're raising it to 505, 20 extra points to redistribute. The new stats are 60 HP, 100 attack, 55 defense, 100 special attack, 80 special defense, 110 speed. Very minor, but some decent offensive upgrades. Really quick changes here, and they may seem a little underwhelming until the very last buff I'll make, so stick around to find out what that is. But first, onto moves. Raichu is actually pretty well off, especially with support moves, but its physical coverage is way better than the special, so let's make them equal by giving it Ice Punch first. For physical sets, Ice Beam for a special ice move, Icy Wind for a powerful VGC tool, Flash Cannon has a special steel coverage, Aura Sphere, since I believe all Pokemon with access to Focus Blast should get it, Dark Pulse for special dark attacks, and Dazzling Gleam for Fairy. All slightly stronger versions of things it already gets, but on the opposite attacking side. This would hopefully increase the amount of positive matchups and mons it can check and threaten. When it comes to an electric type freeze dry, I honestly can't think of anything, so let me know if you have any ideas about that. The last and biggest buff I propose though is huge. I propose to make Light Ball work for Raichu as well as Pikachu, but at half potency, making it get a 1.5 boost to both attack and special attack without any drawback, skyrocketing the offensive potential of this mouse and making use of what once was a cruel example of favoritism. This opens up incredible possibilities for both sides of the attacking spectrum, especially considering the huge move pool. In fact, there's so many possible sets and matchups that I'll leave the cogs to you today. Especially since the Gen 9 metagame is still settling, just know that with access to agility and nasty plot, it can even get stronger. Overall, this would ideally position Raichu in the forefront of offensive electric types, becoming very powerful with a plethora of options, a set for any situation, powerful abilities, and hopefully an easier time in the struggle of getting out of its previous shadow. But tell me what you think. How would it perform in current metagames? Is it still bad because it loses the moment the opponent clicks knockoff? Would you rather it have another ability? And more importantly, is it all fun? Remember to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss my changes to your favorite mon. I've been Kelbo, and that's all I have for today's episode of the Pokémon Renewal Project. I'll hopefully see you next time.